Alright, what is going on, guys? So we're going to go ahead and do a breakdown of ES and what we think is going to happen this next week. We pull over Forex Factory. You can see on Monday we don't really have much news at all besides Member Waller speaking. That's not very important. Tuesday, nothing crazy. Wednesday, now we start to get a little hot. FOMC meetings. We also have unemployment claims and PMI. And then Friday, we've got Powell speaking. This is a big one. So, yeah, we've got Jackson Hole. So we're going to hop back here really quickly. As you can see, this is the weekly. So let's go ahead and mark off the levels. I've already put a Friday close. So yeah, that's what this blue level is. Let's just mark off some of these indecision levels as we move right along. So I've got a level at the 53.29. As we move down, we've got another one at 5,060. So I'm going to mark that one off as well. We're just going to move right along here and find some more areas. Essentially where there was indecision, where there was once resistance, where there was once support, and then start to just work our way down. Another one here at 45.80, 175. Let's see here. We got another one here at 43.68. And again, these are just weeklies, guys. Will we make it down this far? Not necessarily, but they're easy ones to identify. Resistance. We got some support here where we've wicked. This is obviously a nice one as well. Resistance. Right? Support right here. Support down in here. Support. So those are just like quick levels right up, off the bat. I've told you guys this before. It's just more preference than anything. I wouldn't get too fixated on it. I don't actually normally mark off my daily levels. So I just leave those because I don't want it to get too clustered. So I usually jump right down to the 4 hour. So now that I'm in the 4 hour here, let's take a peek. Let's back it up a little bit, see what we're seeing. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and start to grab some levels right here. Like this one right here is for sure one. And we'll just change the color, just make it easier. Should make this one, let's make it orange. Why not? All right. Just so you guys can identify what I'm looking at. Mark your levels off. Usually there's give or take 2 or 3 in between as a weekly, 2 weekly zones. Again, we do not want it to be super clustered. So we just want to be very cautious about putting these lines and confusing ourselves and cluttering our chart. So again, I know I'm moving quickly, but these are just some weekly levels that you've got in blue. You've got some orange 4 hour levels. I know it's not, the sexiest lines or doesn't look super clean. I've got the weekly VWAP off. Let me take that off really quick so you guys can get a better view of what's going on. And then now you've got your 1 hours, right? Essentially where you're drawing like supply and demands. You're also looking for indecision levels. It doesn't really change as far as principles go of what you're looking for, but okay, there's a level like right up in here. As you can see over to the right, 55.37.25. You've got another wick right in this area, and you got some resistance a couple times it's come here and attracted this area. And you got some other stuff left. So we're going to mark this area as a 1 hour. Let's make this like a black. Just to make it really simple. We'll come down up in here. Here's another level. Boom. Okay. And then let's see if there's one like around current price. All right, boom. And there might be, let's do a couple more in this little area because there is, just in case we start to rise above this. And boom. So guys, this is just lines just to show you like there's indecision levels there in that particular area. Have I used this as often? It's good to have these levels on the chart, but I have been doing a little bit more excuse me, like essentially no clutter, nothing on the chart. I don't want to have anything that's like oversaturating it. So what I'm looking at is more on the 15-minute, 5-minute, and 1 minute. But I put those there anyway, so I know I'm running into serious levels. 15s, I'm coming in here and I'm starting to look at the fair value gaps. So here I go. Okay, boom, this played off it beautifully. I'll mark this one time so we know it's a 15-minute fair value gap. And you guys will know just based off of colors as well that those are, I know it's kind of 15-minute right there. We're just gonna move right on along. Here's another one. As you can see, they've all been touched before right there. Okay. Keep moving right along. Even another one that needs to be filled hasn't gone all the way down. And again, and we look left. There's some that have been fulfilled. There's some that have been, like for instance, this one right here was played in as an inverted fair value gap because we went down and we came back up, and look at this burst through here. Those are high probability setups, but we put them there anyway because we want to know about them. More than likely it will play into this level again. That's why I'm placing it there, especially considering that price is only, if we're calling this 55.70, $10 away. Not, this is definitely something that could be, used once again. So we're just going to keep our eyes, alert for this. So let's go to the next one. Shrink this down a bit. Take a peek underneath this. This is kind of what got me caught the end of the week, where I got caught on some, not so great positions because I was so adamant about this going down into these lower fair value gap areas, and I should have known better, but that's all right. So here's another level right up in here. Okay. And look at that. It's come in here and played it a little bit, but these are all, oh shoot. But these are all gaps, guys, that you can clearly play off of. This has obviously been fulfilled. I really wouldn't even count that one. But we put it there anyways as levels that it can draw back to. There's obviously liquidity down in these areas. Obviously, things like this massive block, I'd really like to see it drop down into this area. This is inefficiencies. The market needs to come back to that. And then we've got enough news coming into these next few weeks, or I should say this next coming week, meeting FOMC. You've got unemployment claims that can easily draw to these levels, and so overall we are bullish when you look at the weekly. But at the same time, like, this should be on its way to go make higher highs, but we could go down and draw into this and then start to make our way up. So I wouldn't jump to conclusion right away, but look at this. It's a nice strong bullish chart. Again, we've got our fair value gaps there. When I dropped into the 5-minute, I'm just looking for even more detail. Right now we've got this consolidation zone. I don't want to kind of confuse you right here, but as you can see, we've got a lot of just up and down, relative highs, relative lows. We're not looking to trade that stuff right there, but to give you an idea, and you guys have seen this before on my charts, I'm looking for things like this bullish candle that's engulfing and kind of taking over this entire indecision candle right there. It's a level that can be tapped into. I'm also looking for that on the upside. So these are what I would call or consider intraday supply or intraday demand levels. This would be a demand. Something up here would be more of a supply. Take a peek. Here's like another example. Boom, right there. Notice this candle right here, and then notice the closure underneath. What did it do? Tapped into it, tapped into it. When we see that there's candles that close above this, that is when we realize that, okay, maybe not right at that particular moment, but buyers are starting to step in. Just gives you a better idea when you're in a range situation that you are getting a, overall bias of what direction that we're going, especially when it's kind of dancing around one particular area. Right now, we don't want to play any of this, but it's good to have these levels marked off. And guys, that's essentially it. We throw in the weekly VWAP because it's obviously well respected as we get into the higher time frames, 30-minute. You'll see the weekly VWAP jump in there. Look how high we are above this. And just traditionally, when we're way above it, we go to the 1 hour. Look at this. It usually is attracted to this. It wants to come back to it. But look at this. It's starting to really run away. It's very, very much overextended, and it needs to pull back. Look at this. 4 hour. As you get closer to the weekly, of course, it's pulling in a little bit closer. But as you can see, when we jump under the weekly VWAP, it does this for a good while. Look at this. This is not just one candle or 1 minute. This is 4 hours, 8 hours, right? 12 hours, 16 hours. I mean, almost an entire day, right, that we're making this move on the way down. So it's just an extra confirmation. On top of all that, we're also using the TPO, right? So we're looking at time, and profile. Take a peek. We'll dive into this. You see where there's point of control. It's coming out of the smaller time frames. You really get a good look of what's going on. Come on, where's my chart at? There it is. So boom, right up in here we see, similar to this intraday supply zone, or demand, excuse me, this is also where the most volume has been traded in here. So we know that we're going to want to come up in here. We're not going to obviously get in too early and anticipate while this thing is coming down with speed, maybe come Monday. We're going to wait for this thing to close below to start to take it into these inefficiencies, into these fair values, down and down. And then obviously this one right here, way down here, as you guys know that I drew, is really needing to be filled, which is 55.09. We're all the way up there at 55.80. So obviously that's a nice play if we can get that run. I just wanted to show you guys kind of what we're looking at. Overall, I think we are bullish, but just understand that with heavy news, we can obviously draw back to these inefficiencies. And so that's what I'm going to be looking for coming forward. Hopefully this, guys, helps you what I'm looking for in the next week. As you can see, we've got this top step. We're a little down. Well, this one right here we passed. And we also have another one as well. That is, look, these are ineligible ones. This one right here, I actually have to make a little bit more money on as like a consistency rule situation. Take a peek down in here. So because it was, I guess, greater than 50% of my profits, I've got to make a little bit more, even though I'm over, which is kind of crazy, but it is what it is. And then there's one more as well that is like that. Hold on 1 second. Boom, jump over to 90. This is also a 53.2. I only have to make $565 extra dollars, and they want to make sure that I clear that as well. And then we have 2 more accounts that are just kind of sitting on ice, and we're ready to roll. So hopefully that helps you guys. Hopefully you enjoy the breakdown, and I will see you guys on Monday. Peace. Hi, Stormy. No, you gotta stay. Is the thing still on? You put your show on.